Hey Cool Dads, if you have never had the opportunity to race a dirt bike, you have missed out. This is my first race ever. I have ridden bikes since I was 10 years old, but I've never had the opportunity to actually race. Sold my bike when I was a teenager, ended up buying a new bike this year, and back in September, it needed a lot of work. I did everything from top ends to sprockets, chains, rear wheel bearing kits, carb jobs, you name it. I had to do tons of work to this bike, but I worked on it all through the winter. It was ready to go for this race. All along, I knew I was going to race this race. May 19th, Corks Grand Prix 2024. I show up, never raced before, ever. So decided, okay, let me find the registration cart. So I went, found the trailer, got registered, didn't know where the starting line was at all. So I had to go find the starting line. I see dirt bikes heading over towards the east side of the property. Head over that way, find the starting line. I'm like, all right, so now I know where the starting line is. I know when my start time is for my race. Go back to the car, get all my gear, get some food and some water in me. Then I get over to the starting line. So the way Corks races work is it is generally 3 to 4-ish miles is what I've heard. So you can expect a very long trail. These trails generally incorporate lots of different terrains. So in the particular example that I raced, we had everything from deep dry bed gullies to just kind of some hilly area where you're just kind of rolling over the hills and like trails, essentially, what you could think of it as. And then it even works in like some big jumps and some motocross track. Like they have an actual proper motocross track that they use as part of the trail as well. So you'll do everything from jumping motocross to trails to like enduro style tracks. So we all line up on the starting lineup. I was wave 3. So you see wave 1, wave 2 go, and you watch how they're dropping the flag and everything, and got the idea out of the starting line. What you'll notice is that I'm going to start dropping back. If we just go ahead and watch right here, here I am on the line, take off, here we go. There are 2 bikes to my right, and then the third one comes in. I was slow through that turn, that another one passes me as I'm going under this bridge. Throughout the first lap, I probably dropped back. I was in 5th place when I got on going up this hill here, but then you'll see that another one's going to come by me on my left here, and yep, there he is. As you watch this first lap, you'll see that I started dropping back because I was making all kinds of mistakes. Slipping in the corners, letting my rear end slip. My suspension was still too tight, and I was having struggle keeping my rear end solid and on the ground. Coming into this turn, I'm coming in real slow. Another guy passes me on the left. And then in just a second here, you'll actually see me almost run off the track, kind of up onto the side of a hill, because I got a little crooked and sideways, and it ran me up onto the hill. And then I lose my traction right there. Oop. Then I'm trying to catch up now. So I'm trying to make up for my 3 mistakes in a row. I kind of caught up with this guy. First time up this hill, super loose sand, just kind of weaving through some trails. This is pretty easy area of the track. A little rutted up, but not too bad. So I had gone to this property, and I had kind of ridden around this property a couple times prior to this race, kind of get a feel for the property. And luckily, these trails that you see us riding on right here, I had actually ridden on these, so I was somewhat familiar with them here in the race. Now here's the straightaway. This is the area that for the first several laps, I did not give it my all, and as a result, there's actually later in the race, you'll see people passing me on this area. I wasn't comfortable enough with my bike or in a race setting or anything like that to just go hard, so I definitely was a little slow on the straightaway there. This turn was real slick. I was having a hard time with it. Let's see, here's my first jump. Wee-hee. All right, taking the inside turn to see if I can cut somebody off, and I wasn't quite fast enough. This guy's not jumping, so I'm able to pass him because he's not got momentum. Slip around him, jump up this. Now this jump was a really hard one because if you cleared the jump, you would have so much speed going into that turn, it was hard to stop. I got better at it as I kept racing. That was definitely one of my weak spots. In this turn, you have an inside and an outside turn. You'll see some people took the outside. I took the inside because I liked that side of the jump. And then you come out of this turn right here, just a little hop, and then get enough speed for the next hop. Now we're coming up on a section here, and actually you just see me glance that direction, and it's because I was nervous about these jumps. I had not jumped these jumps at all prior to this. I had not jumped them one single time. And so I came into these jumps a little nervous. And you know, the thing about GoPros is this doesn't show the incline or anything nearly as much as it is in real person. And this is where I began to pass a lot of people. This first lap, you'll see that I follow the crowd and I go up this rock climb here on the left. Future runs though, I take the jump, which is a serious shortcut, and I pass so many people just by taking that jump. I did have a area of the race where I was neck and neck with this one guy, and I kept slipping and just doing silly things that causing me to fall back, catch back up to him, and then I'd fall back, and I finally ended up passing him on one of the more advanced jumps where he would take the longer route and I would take the shortcut, and I was able to finally get by him. Another thing about this race that was really surprising to me is how much my hands just were dying because I haven't ridden a whole lot in years. Your forearms just don't have the strength that they used to when you ride all the time. It was like my hands were just shaking and hurting, and I can't describe how sore my hands were. Just pulling in the clutch felt like a job. So you just had to really push through. It was such an endurance race. It was just long, hard, varying terrain. It just took a lot out of me. I was so weak at the end of this race that I ate like 2 hamburgers. I drank like 2 big old energy drinks, like Starbucks energy drinks, essentially. Finally, after eating all of that and drinking all of that, I started to kind of gain my strength back. But this race just wore me out. I was sore for a week. Everything from my quads to my calves to even the muscles in my feet, muscles in my hands, my forearms, my shoulders, my back, my neck. Because even just the weight of the helmet and bobbing around and jumping like this, and the weight of the helmet alone was like giving my neck a workout. I was not in shape for this race. People that race motocross have to be in shape to be able to handle the beating that you take when riding. I was not ready for it, but I did it. I got through. I made 7th place. I loved it. It was so fun. Hope you enjoyed this video.